Hello everyone, I am Gabriele and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about Pachy's growth, which is situational as any other playable, depending on the growth stage you find yourself in. For example, when I am an adult Pachy, if I'm playing solo, mind it, I'm talking about solo, not pack. If you are in a pack, you can afford to go in the prairie. But if you're playing solo, you stay safer once you are a big Pachy, closer to the woods, because you can actually run away and hide better than in a prairie. It is true that in a prairie you can always hide yourself in these bushes, and if it's just one single big carno or one single Utahraptor, they may say, alright, it's not worth the problem because you can actually ambush them with a headbutt. And you have the effect of surprise. I mean, they do not know where your attack will come from, so you are hidden and you are taking advantage of that. But what if you find a pack of footers or a pack of carnos, let's say a couple of them, not one but two? It's you stand better chances at survivability if you are close enough. Check it, what's this? A stone. Better chances at survivability if you are in the mountain, for example, if you're fighting carnos, or in the forest. If you are both in a forest and close enough to mountains, that's just perfect. You can buy yourself some time and jump on these things. For example, carnos cannot jump, so they will have to come to grips with the fact that you are unreachable, that they have to wait until you deplete your water, or until you run out of food. You will run out of water way sooner than food for what it is. But voila, you can defend yourself like that versus carnos. By the way, in my opinion, Carnotaurus is superior to Pachycephalosaurus. I'm just comparing 1 versus 1 with fully grown playables. So a 100% Carnotaurus stand excellent chances at killing one single Pachy fully grown, if it is alone, that is, unless the Pachy is not close to any of these rocks, and then Pachy can just jump and miss like this, and then it would mean I'm dead probably, because Carnotaurus deals 175 points of damage with a free stamina bite. Pachy instead does inflict only 20 points of damage, and probably, I don't know, 40 points of damage with the alt headbutt, with this headbutt, but I do consume stamina. So, Utahraptors instead, also in a 1 versus 1 fight versus a Pachy, they actually win in a prairie. Now, imagine you find yourself here on this rock. It's all fights are situational on where you are, of course. Probably you already know it by now, but imagine there is a Utahraptor around you. They can, yes, it's true, they can jump on this rock and take you down, but by the time they jump on this rock, you can already have your headbutt prepared, charged, and ready to use, for example. So Utahraptor jump on this rock, you can get on this rock without jumping, but imagine the case you need to jump in order to get on this rock. You can defend yourself just by waiting the Utahraptor or two Utahraptors coming at you, just by pressing the headbutt, the right mouse button, charging it at maximum, and then once they get close enough, you use it on them. Depending on where you are, you can defend yourself better or worse, of course. So, in my opinion, Pachycephalosaurus does not stand any chance in a 1 versus 1 fight in the middle of the prairie versus Utahraptor, and it does not stand any chance versus Carnotaurus. I'm talking about 100% versions of them. Pachycephalosaurus is goofy, is not that maneuverable as Utahraptor. For example, I need I need to do some turning radius in order to do some movements successfully. And Utahraptor is way more agile and does have speed at its own advantage, apart from bleeding. That's a huge thing, bleeding. Bleeding infliction. So 1 versus 1 in a prairie, Utahraptor will win versus Pachy, and in a prairie again, Carno will win against Pachy, and as well against Utahraptor. Carnotaurus is actually a side, but putting Carnotaurus aside, well, talking about it, it can actually take down a couple or even 3 Utahraptors. You have to play on the defensive though, if you want to be successful. If those are 3 decent Utahraptors, you want to play on the defensive because you do not want to lose blood. Instead, Pachycephalosaurus cannot afford the luxury to stand still, crouch, and charge headbutt. You are going to consume stamina. If you wait for any Utahraptor to come by you, they will attack you from the side that you are most vulnerable. So you have to keep moving with your Pachycephalosaurus, probably without wasting stamina, because any carnivore has the huge advantage in front of any herbivore that they can deal a lot of damage for free, kinda, because they do not consume stamina. Instead, herbivores, they are strong brawlers, they inflict a ton of damage, but they consume stamina, so you are on a clock, kinda, every time you play any herbivore. Above all, Pachy, which is to be played in groups, in my opinion. I played solo, but it's wrong. Well, there is no wrong or right. You play the way you want, but your chances of survivability are smaller and smaller. It's not like playing Deinosuchus. You play Deinosuchus solo. That's the way it should be played, in my opinion, because it relies on the ambush factor, and the smaller the group, the better. Completely contrary to Pachys. The more the merrier, or Utahraptors even, but Pachys even more. The more the merrier, because you can help each other better because of your silly maneuverability and sorry, silly, that's a negative adjective, but because of its low maneuverability and low speed. So it's a super sociable gameplay with Pachy, if you want to survive best. Plus, if you want to play solo instead, just rely on your environments. Try to play close to woods, try to play close to mountains. Rough terrains will help you against not only Utahraptors, well, minorly against Utahraptors, but against Carnotauruses, because their maneuverability is even worse than yours, and their weight, jumping from a cliff with 1,800 kilograms dinosaur, is different than jumping from a cliff with a 500 kilograms dinosaur. I am 500 kilograms, so I take less damage. Of course, it depends how tall the cliff is, but you get it, well, that's all for today. This was me talking about Pachycephalosaurus, how I play it usually when I'm playing any solo Pachy. I try to stick to forest and to mountains or rough terrains, not plain terrain at all. By the way, here it's a good spot for your dino to ambush, because there is the road that is waiting, crossing the river, Delta River. Well, I don't know, probably I will get a good jump scare, or I will end the life of this beautiful Pachycephalosaurus. Well, that's all for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Please let me know what you think about Pachycephalosaurus gameplay, how you'd like to play it, or not, I don't know. Consider subscribing my channel and share it. Bye bye.